Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Kuwait pilot stream. It is 2100 hours local time, 1800 Zulu, and this is pretty much the finale for 2023. I want to wish you all a happy new year full of health and hopefully achievements for you, your loved ones, and your families. And today we are going to be taking a look at the iniBuilds A300-600R, which has been receiving glowing reviews from just about all the content creators. So today we're going to be doing, based on popular demand, a couple of legs. The first one is going to originate here from my hometown of Kuwait. We are going to be departing Kuwait International in this older Kuwait Airways livery, one of the biggest operators of the Airbus A300 in the region back then. And we're going to be flying to a short hop to Bahrain, and there from Bahrain we are going to be flying Emirates Sky Cargo to Dubai International. I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream. We have today with us Morgus One. Welcome aboard, Franco, Brent, Stan. Hello, Stan. Rochelle, welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. I hope that you enjoy this show here. And Asian Boy, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. And we have Andre, is it? Welcome aboard. So we're going to begin today. By the way, alerts are off today for our review flight, and I'm going to attempt to show you everything that there is to see. And as it is always the case with my review streams, is we're going to take a look at the texturing, the 3D modeling, which is exquisite. I think this is probably the single most complex, most detailed work by iniBuilds in 2023. Of course, this aircraft is their flagship aircraft in X-Plane back then when it was originally launched, but today it is in MSFS. And have they done a good job? I mean, my lord, they've done the best of the best work so far on this iniBuilds aircraft. We're going to begin here by taking a look at the texturing. Again, nothing is short of sensational textures there with the high resolution. Everything is very detailed, and you can tell that they've had access to the real aircraft. If you look here to the landing gear, this is just exquisite rendition of the landing gear. Of course, not to mention that the aircraft has wear and tear for the brakes, hydraulics, tires. So this aircraft in some sense lives and breathes. So very, very good work. I want to show you something very cool. Look at the blade numbers. They're actually numbered. That level of detail is something I have a lot of appreciation for. If you are regular on the channel, you'll know I love this kind of work. Look at those, just absolutely insane details. There again, you can see the engine cowling once opened. You can again look at the detailed texturing all around those beautiful engines aboard the aircraft. Again, look at the wings there. Very, very nice, extremely detailed. Everything just looks very authentic. It's got that dirty look. You can see the oil streaks on the wing and other parts of the aircraft fuselage. Moving to the back of the aircraft, again, look at the details where the connection points of the wing with the fuselage. There is just really, I cannot fault the texturing on this aircraft in any shape or form. I've got there the engineer looking at the APU, the back of the aircraft, checking again, very nice, some basic modeling of the staircase and fueling and that sort of thing. Again, look at the details here on the tail. Look at these streaks of oil coming from the tail. Just absolutely gorgeous work by the developers over at iniBuilds. Really, they've really completed the year with something very special, and bringing this aircraft in this level of detail and fidelity, in my view, is really very special. It's a really nice treat to bring it on the very last week of the year. Again, I love those engines and the details. So overall, from the exterior modeling and texture work, they've really nailed it. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Moving to the inside here and looking at the passenger cabin, they've modeled two-class configuration, which has the business class as well as the economy. And the passenger cabin is nothing short of spectacular itself. I mean, it looks really, really good. Again, and I will have to say one thing, Trishal, thank you very much for your 14 months of support as a senior captain. I appreciate it. So what they have done really here is just a very authentic and a very faithful representation of the A300. Again, if we go here, look at the economy class, just as nice as the first class. And one thing that probably not a lot of content creators have discussed is the frames. And I'm very happy to say that iniBuilds has really worked hard on optimizing this aircraft. And if you have the A310, which is bundled with Microsoft Flight Sim, it is really it really brings your performance down, but not this aircraft. Performance is excellent. In fact, it is comparable to the PMDG, maybe a little bit more in terms of the resource requirements, but overall, look at this beautiful cockpit here. Let me switch to, all right, so here we are in the cockpit, and again, you can notice immediately the difference between this aircraft and the A310 in terms of the fidelity of the texture. Just look at how beautiful the panel work is. And let me zoom in here so you can see the details. Look at this fine details, the scratches there. Just really an amazing job in terms of the texturing. The detailing of the aircraft is absolutely phenomenal. And of course, we cannot forget here the electronic flight bag, which we're going to be taking a look at. Now, what we're going to be doing is in this leg, I'm not going to use the GSX services, so we're not going to be taking a look at the animations. We're going to do that on our second leg from Bahrain to Dubai. And of course, we're going to conclude today with a look at iniBuilds Dubai International, which I'll save my comments on it once we arrive. Let me close the maintenance panels here, which are accessible to you from the electronic flight bag. Now, the aircraft or this add-on is equipped with full and seamless integration with Navigraph charts as well as SimBrief. It is a lot easier to manage this electronic flight bag than the original iniBuilds EFB that shipped with this aircraft when it was first introduced to X-Plane and later on in Microsoft Flight Sim. So we're going to go here to My Flight, and we're going to click on Import from SimBrief. That is going to give us the information. We are departing today, Oscar Kilo 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 to Oscar Bravo Bravo India. This is the departure time, the arrival time, our route, and next we can come here to the weight and balance, and we're going to say update from SimBrief. Again, I love how everything is seamless, and we're going to say apply the load to the aircraft. We now have everything here ready. You have an option of following a realistic fueling of the aircraft, or you can just say finish now and just make sure everything is ready to go. And in the interest of time, we are going to use it. So we have also the ground equipment. You can open the aircraft doors, and there's a pushback there. You can also toggle the chocks, jetways, and the ground equipment from within the ground equipment panel here. And they've also simulated the emergency slides. Very nice work, really, on the electronic flight bag. You've got your Navigraph, you've got your settings here where you can enter your SimBrief ID and select the iris alignment, fast, instant, or real. And what's very interesting, of course, we've got the performance, which we are going to be using today for the departure. And from the aircraft maintenance, you will notice that they have simulated the hydraulic, and you can replace your tires. You can perform all sorts of maintenance, hydraulics, the engines. And from the settings here, you can go to the next page, and now you can select here whether you want a realistic. Currently, the maintenance system is currently set to realistic. I highly recommend that you leave it on realistic. That way you will see the wear and tear on the relevant maintenance items, such as the tires, the brakes, the hydraulic system, your APU, and obviously it will immerse you a little bit more in the simulation of the A310. You can control the volume here as well, which is pretty cool. And this is, again, an option to note the curved ND tracks. I like to keep it there, although the A300-600 did not have those curves in the MCDU, but I think it's just a nicer option to have. The CPDLC or the A-cars will be equipped later with CPDLC. It is not currently functional. All right, perfect. We are good here. Let's go ahead and start with the preparation. We're going to make sure that the engine switches are in the off position. The flap lever is retracted. The landing gear is down. And heading over here to the overhead panel, we're going to make sure that the wipers are in the off position. Right there. Both are in the off position, and we can now start the battery 1, battery 2, battery 3, and we're going to turn on the external power. The sounds are second to none on this aircraft. Very, very nice. Galley power is on. We're going to come here. We're already refueled and ready to go, so we're going to turn on the fasten seatbelt non-smoking signs on, and then we are going to move up here, and ground control is on. This is only required while on ground, and this is for the flight data recorder to record the conversations between the first officer and the captain while the aircraft is still on the ground. Let's set the ADDONS to nav mode 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to move down here. We're going to turn on the fuel tanks, fuel pumps. All right, we're going to turn all of these on and move up here, and you can perform the script test for the APU and the engines. Moving up here, we'll test the cockpit voice recorder as well. Perfect. And then moving down here, we're going to turn on the window heat and the probe heat, and we're good. We're going to arm the emergency lights, turn our nav lights on, and we can now proceed to the MUCDU and start programming our flight. For this, we are going to go to the menu, select A-cars, and we're going to request the flight plan from SimBrief. And now we have the flight here from SimBrief. We can bring up our excellent Navigraph charts and go to the SimBrief plan and fill in the rest of the information. Let me put this here. Okay, let me move that. There we go. Excellent. So the cost index for the flight is going to be 46. Let me clear that. Clear that. All right, so that's 46. And we are Kuwait Airways flight 615 service to Bahrain. That's KAC 615. And that is entered. We can click on Align IRS. That's not the right way of doing it, though. You should actually leave it and it will align. If you align IRS, it will not align the exact position of the aircraft. So it's best that you leave it. But we're just going to go ahead and, again, in the interest of time, go ahead and set it. Okay, so that's init alpha. And next is the flight plan. So our flight plan is a departure from runway 33 right. Here at Kuwait International. So 33 right is selected, and we are doing so through the box C for Foxtrot, which is this one here, and we can insert that. Brilliant. And next we will go all the way down here to Bahrain, And we're going to select the star at Bahrain, the Kobok 1 arrival. And we are performing an ILS approach runway 30 right. That's the ILS. Let's make sure that we don't have any transitions. We do not have a transition, so we're going to say return. And why is it not doing it? All right, so that's the star. All right, so there we go. No transition and insert. Okay, perfect. Let's make sure we have no discontinuities in the in our flight route. There is a manual says there. We'll leave it. That's okay. That's normally when it's a very tricky, by the way, approach into Bahrain. This has caused an accident where a Gulf flight airliner has an Airbus has actually sunk in the ocean as a result of this complicated approach into Bahrain. It can be very misleading during cloudy conditions. All right, so everything's here. So we're done with the flight plan. Next, we're going to go to the radio. We don't need the radios here, so we don't need to program any of the VORs or anything like that. So we're going to go next to the init B. Secondary flight plan, we can just copy the active. So we'll just leave it there. And next we come here, so that's this, and then RIP is the radio and init Bravo. So we're going to go here to the next page. Perfect. So now from here we can very quickly go to the weight and balance, and we have our zero fuel as 112.01. So 112.01, and we're going to enter that right here. Excellent. Block fuel today is 11.99. 11.99. And we're going to enter that there. Approximates that to 12. And the zero fuel center of gravity is going to be 30.51. 30.51. Okay. Excellent. And we have all the information here. So that's init Bravo. Init Bravo is complete, and finally it's so diff strip, so this init Bravo, and finally it's the performance. So for the performance, we are going to come back to the electronic flight bag, and we are going to select performance. Again, I love how they've done this. They gave it a facelift, so they've always had the integration there. But now they've had the facelift, and let's see here. We are departing runway 33 right, and we can just click sync. It will sync all the information here, and we have flaps 15/15. Air conditioning is on, anti-ice off, force toga is off, and we calculate, and there we have it. We have our V1, V rotate, and V2, 159, 159, 163. And the trim is 0.0 down. I don't think this is correct. I think he always gives me 0.0. So anyway, we're good here, 159. All right, so let's come here and go to the performance or takeoff, and we're going to say 159, 159, 159, and 163 in the FCU. So we're going to come up here and start the APU. All right, let's see here. If the alignment is complete, yeah, the alignment is complete, so we'll be able to enter this information. So 163. Listen to the APU. The sounds are just phenomenal. Hello, Mike Coffee. Welcome aboard, my friend. Hello, Renan de Oliveira. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hello, Andy. Welcome. Tough Brick. Welcome aboard. Glad to guys to have you here with me this evening. Dougal McTavish, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hello, Alot. Welcome aboard. Very, very nice sounds. All right, so we've got, let's uncage the display here. All right, APU is now running. Perfect. That's 163. And we're going to set the altitude to 20, I believe 28,000 feet is 27. Okay, so 27,000 feet is a very short flight into Bahrain. And now we have everything here ready. All right, so the APU is available. APU bleed is coming on. And that will turn our packs on. And we're pretty much ready for pushback. So we're going to turn on the beacon lights on. Perfect. And a couple of things we want to check before we start the engines. One, we want to check our hydraulic system here and make sure that blue, green, and yellow are all in the green. It cannot go below this part. So this is the minimum here. This is the minimum range for the blue, green, and yellow. You can also, if you like, you can use the buttons here. So if you click on the hydraulic here, you'll be able to visually again see everything here, as you can see here in the display. Very, very nice work by iniBuilds. We need to also check that we have sufficient oil for the flight. We have about 20 quarts of oil for the flight, which is okay. And also is a good idea to check the APU before you start it. And we do have full, the oil is full for the APU. So we are good to go there. All right, let's set our altimeter. And now we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to one thing we're going to do here, we are going to select flex takeoff. And we are going to note the temperature here, which is 63. So I'm going to do 63. All right, 63. Excellent. 63 is set. Landing elevation, we can leave it at 0. I think it's 50 feet in Bahrain. It's the airport is pretty much at sea level. So nothing we need to do. Also, we'll check that the brake pressure here is, the brake system is pressurized and everything is good to go. All right, perfect. We have here we can take a look. And runway 33 right is just right over there. So not a long taxi before we reach the runway. Time for us to push back and head over to the runway. And let's depart to Bahrain. Okay, the beacon is on. And let's go ahead and call. We can use the... all right, let me do one thing. We can use the pushback that's available with the aircraft. If you go to ground equipment, here you have the pushback. So let's use this one now, and on our second leg today, we will use the GSX. How about that? Hello, Mark. Welcome aboard. IFAR Captain, welcome aboard, guys. Glad to have you here. Rate the iniBuild A300 quality-wise and worth. So, the iniBuild, this iniBuild, in my view, is their best work to date for Microsoft Flight Sim. And that is my honest opinion. The price of the aircraft is incredible at only 34 pounds. I think it's $40-something for an aircraft of this fidelity. Is commendable, really. They've done a huge service to the community, and my regards to the entire team at iniBuilds for doing that. I think that they just gave everyone, I think, a Christmas gift by keeping the price very affordable for such high fidelity aircraft. Okay, we are ready to go. We are going to release the parking brake, and we are going to start the push. All right, pushback started. We need to, hang on a second. We need to toggle the ground power. And now we can start pushing back. I'm not sure why it's coming sideways, but there we go. All right, here we go. Pushback started, and we are clear to start our engines. The engine mode selector to alpha, and we're going to start with engine number 2. check it out. Those sounds are absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's go here. 20, engine number 2. Let's stop the pushback. All right, and set the parking brake. The engine sounds is just really something else. All right, let's start the second engine inside the aircraft so you can guys listen to the beautiful sounds there as well. All right, I think the engine now is stable, so let's go ahead and start engine number 1. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Engine 1. All right, there we go. And engine number 1 is now spooling. At 20% N2 will introduce fuel. Very immersive aircraft. All right, 20, there we go. Engine number 1 starting. Look at those views. Lovely. Just lovely. All right, looks like we have a good start on the second engine, and the gens have now kicked in. So let's take a quick look here. Engine is pretty much stable now. All right, perfect. All right. We have a good start on 2 engines. Perfect. We're going to come here now and set the engine mode selector to ignition off, and the APU bleed off. APU master is off. The nose light to taxi, and we are pretty much good to go. All right. Let's do flaps and slats 15. Look at that, guys. Wow. Very, very nice. And you can also notice the scratches there on the passenger window. I mean, that is a beautiful sight. Yeah, Dougal, I know the livery is just really phenomenal on the Kuwait Airways. The old livery on the A300 looks absolutely gorgeous. All right, all's good here. We're gonna come down here and let's see here. We don't need the hydraulic. We need the transponder. Before we forget it, we'll put it on TARA and squawking 2000. Excellent. We're going to put this on mode. That's Econ Climb. Everything here is good. We'll put this on the flight plan. And we are good to go. Okay. Parking brake is released. Auto brake is max. And all is good. All right, here we go. Even the lights are so well done on the on this aircraft. That's the DX12 issue there with the textures. Very, very nice. Overall, just really a beautiful rendition of the A300 by iniBuilds. Again, if you want to make sure that you're on the center line, just put this part here on the line and you should be good. All right, here's our turn. I've disabled most of the sounds in FS Realistic just to keep the sounds authentic to the aircraft. That is just gorgeous. I think the outside sounds are some of the very best in the sim. Absolutely, Dougal. Absolutely. They've really done a phenomenal job on the sounds on this aircraft. And overall, just really one high fidelity rendition of an airliner for a flight sim. Something that calls for a lot of excitement for the year ahead. And they've picked a really good time to release it as well. I think they've been very successful in this release. Very well done, iniBuilds. All right, here we go. 3-3 right. It's got an issue this year where you have the runways. It looks like drawn twice, but that's all right. Let's. I'm gonna assume it's this one here. Okay, bring the aircraft to a stop. We're gonna turn on the strobe lights. Runway turn off lights, nose light to takeoff. Landing lights are on. And we are pretty much ready to go. Okay. There we go. Check out the sounds. Let's not get carried away with the sounds there. Right, we're waiting for 1-5. It's a bit sensitive there on the ground. Right, that's V1 and rotate. Positive rate. Gears going up. Just gorgeous. All right, we're gonna go to climb. Climb power is set. Auto throttle. Okay, let's go to profile. Doesn't want to go to profile. Why is it not going to profile? All right, let's turn on here. Why is it not going to profile? Very strange. Let's go to nav. There we go. Flaps are up. Landing gear is off. And we did not arm the speed brake, which we should have done. But that's all right. Take care, Mike. Thank you, who gifted me 2. No worries at all, my friend. All right. So we are now climbing to 27,000 feet. Transition altitude in Kuwait is 13,000 feet. Look at this sight, ladies and gents, of the iniBuilds A300 over Kuwait City. Just absolutely gorgeous. Right, we're climbing to our cruise altitude, 8,000. Alex, how are you doing, my friend? We've got also Sherwin Scott, welcome aboard. Mark Pierce, welcome aboard. Is it worth 41 pounds? Absolutely. Absolutely. It will probably be the last 41 that I would say is worth it in 2023. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth the money. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the landing lights. Nose light is off. And runway turn-off lights are off as well. And we're going to go ahead and release the passengers. That goes off. And we are looking good. Yeah, it's definitely worth it, guys. Definitely worth it. And by the way, if you've had issues with the A310, you will not have the same here. And even the textures, by the way, on this aircraft are much, much better than the A310. So yeah, like I said in the beginning, this is the best rendition or the best add-on that iniBuilds has developed for Microsoft Flight Simulator, hands down. Here's again a look at the beautiful clouds here as we climb to our cruise altitude. Look at those beautiful wings. Just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And back in the cockpit, everything is looking in tip-top shape as we climb to our cruise altitude. Everything here is looking good. This is in climb. Looking here over at the overhead panel, everything is looking in tip-top shape. No issues whatsoever. Excellent. Thank you very much, Alex, for your support for 16 months as a senior captain. I wish you the same, my friend. You always have to do those random scans, always. Hi, Kuwait, do you think this compared to the X-Plane counterpart? Well, in terms of the visuals, I would say that this one is slightly better, just because Microsoft Flight Sim allows you to have realistic textures. In terms of the way it flies, it's actually surprisingly very, very similar to the way the X-Plane aircraft flies. I noticed on the landings, I've never had issues landing the A300 in X-Plane. This one still has the issues, the Microsoft issues with the when you're coming to land. But Overall, very, very close in the way it flies. So I would rate it probably the same. It does not have all the animations that are available in the X-Plane version. So they are pretty much static, but as far as system simulation, I think they're pretty much at par with the X-Plane counterpart. What's inaccurate? Anyone know if Stream Deck works with the A310, A300? I don't know. I haven't checked. Take care. Is it Eugenio Jr.? Yeah. Right, 20,000 feet. And by the way, this is a very short flight into Bahrain. If we look here, so this is our top of climb. And just a little bit after that, it's going to be our top of descent. So a very short hop to Bahrain, since you all opted for the two-leg stream today. So we're going to do this one, and then we're going to do the one on the cargo variant from Bahrain to Dubai. But yeah, I'm very happy with this aircraft. I think it is a very faithful representation of the A300. I really can't wait for Just Flight's A300-B, I believe. And I saw some pictures of it, the previews, and it looks like they've modeled the INS. So it is going to be an older version of the A300, which I'm very excited to see coming from the guys over at Just Flight. Exciting year is going to be 2024 for flight simulation. I know that Flight Sim 2024 is due to release there, so I'm just really excited about that. And I'm not sure what Laminar have in store for us, but hopefully they'll have something that's just gonna make our jaws drop in 2024. All right, we're looking good here, flying over the Persian Gulf. Just leaving here to our right is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as we leave Kuwaiti airspace and head over to Bahrain. The weather is quite cloudy in Kuwait. This is the first day where I really felt that it's winter in Kuwait. It's been very cold, and it was raining all night last night, so now we can officially say it's winter. Finally. Hello there, Swarty. Welcome aboard, my friend. It does look beautiful. Absolutely. This is a brand new plane. Yes, it is. Random troll, I guess. I guess so. All right. So one of the, oh, that's actually, we can't see it unless we do. Okay, so we do have Navigraph integration here. And again, it offers the integration automatically here for the departure and arrival airports. So if I go on the arrival here at Oscar Bravo Bravo, click there. Why is it not doing it? There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. So now I can go and select the arrivals, and we can come here and select whichever one we want. I think it was the ILS 30, right. So they've got a bunch of them. Let's go to the approach. RNP, no, it's not RNP. We're doing the ILS. So VRR or ILS runway 30, right, that's the one. All right, so now you have the entire chart for your approach here, so you don't really have to go to Navigraph charts. on the desktop app. You have access to it here, which is very nice. I like the way they've laid out the information there. Very nice integration with Navigraph. Yeah, there we go. All right. I've noticed on some of the streamers they've had like a game here on the EFB. I'm not sure what it does, but I don't think it serves any useful purpose, at least for me. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I've seen something else, but I guess that was for the, streamers that had the pre-release version of the aircraft. Good morning to you. The Giggle Yachts, is it Giggle Yachties? Welcome, my friend. I'm pretty disappointed that iniBuilds just treated themselves to MSFS cause they took off the A310 of the store. They forgot about X-Plane 11 and they started. So yeah, well, look, I think that was part of their deal with Microsoft. And I know that they made the A300 available in X-Plane. It hasn't received updates in ages, so it's pretty much abandonware in X-Plane. And I think that has left a lot of bitterness with a lot of people in the community. But iniBuilds, just like any other company, is there to obviously make money. They're in business to thrive, to grow, and I think that, like not just iniBuilds, but I think many other developers, scenery developers, aircraft developers have found the Microsoft platform to be, it made more sense to them from the business perspective, from the money-making perspective, and obviously they're all in there to make money. And they got to pay salaries for the developers and all that. And X-Plane, if you've seen the Navigraph results, Microsoft Flight Simulator has 70% market share. So for any company, any development company that is able to jump from X-Plane and go to MSFS, they'll definitely do it. And I'll tell you guys, it's very complicated to keep two development teams working for both Microsoft and X-Plane. Some have done it. Some have done it very, very well. But all the big names have left the X-Plane scene. And I think you have to understand, one of the things that is very important to understand is that Laminar Research is a very small company. And it's it's a handful of people that are behind the company, and it becomes very difficult to compete with a company that is very resourceful, such as Microsoft and Sobo. So I don't blame iniBuilds for leaving the scene. I do think personally, I think that they could have done it in a much better way. If you ask me, I think they could have approached their exit in a far more professional way. But I mean, that's for them to decide. But I do understand the frustration that they leave behind, especially that people have invested in their aircraft for X-Plane, and now to see that you're not getting anything for the money invested is a bit bitter, without a doubt. So I do feel for you. I do feel for you. Yeah, I agree there. They should spend a little bit more time with the with X-Plane for sure. What started them, dude, it is the business, not the... Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just remember that their flagship started in X-Plane. And I remember one of the developers, when they were in the process of building, he told me that, we didn't actually we didn't really get paid. And it was very, very difficult time for all of us, but we knew that once we released the aircraft, that it was going to be a successful business venture, that we are going to reap the benefits. And so don't think that that this all came easy. iniBuilds started as a very small company doing deliveries, and they grew with time, and they definitely established themselves not just as a software developer, but also as a distributor of flight sim products, software products, that is. And you see that they have teamed up with a lot of the scenery developers through the iniBuild store, which is, again, a very smart idea. You're seeing everyone doing it, like Contrail, Aerosoft, Orbex. Everyone is doing the same. They started with something that was pretty exclusive and proprietary to them, and then they figured, hey, why don't I invite others to make a little more money, you know? And so there is this revenue sharing model that is now very widely adopted and accepted in the business world, in the flight sim world. So, yeah, I mean, I was lucky, got the XP version on the special sales weekend, only down 20 quid, but I can understand how people who paid a lot of money feel. Absolutely, Andy, I couldn't agree more. You are right. You could argue they have lost some of their reputation by they have without a doubt. But then again, sometimes, guys, in life, you know that you are faced with very important decisions, and those decisions sometimes are not liked or favored by everyone. We do it all the time. We do it at work. We do it in our personal life with our families. So all I can say is that iniBuilds is one of the companies that put their heart out in the development. The development team over at iniBuilds is really a team that deserves the highest commendation. So leaving the business aside and leaving the, leaving all of that cloud about X-Plane apart, their developers are very talented developers, and they do develop with quality in mind, and that is something I appreciate, really. I don't think they lost reputation. They have bigger reputation in MSFS as a grade. Ryan, I think they have lost a little bit of reputation. They are very strong in their MSFS offering, and obviously they are hugely backed up by Microsoft and Asobo with the iniBuilds A310, with the ADDONS. So they definitely have the strong backing. And that's the bottom line. That's what matters at the end of the day, is that you're able to make money. You're able to make your business successful. That's how the people in the business world think. I'll tell you guys a very short story while we're just, let me check where top of descent is. If we come down here, let's go to, by the way, we should have gone to the progress page and updated this, but since we haven't, 148. Okay, so let's just put Oscar Bravo Bravo India and runway 30 right, and we're just going to insert this here, and now it will give us the destination. Okay, perfect. So bearing 155 degrees, 116 nautical miles to Bahrain. Perfect. So very short story, and it tells you just the two different approaches. At some point, I had actually a business. I had a business of my own. It was a system integrator. So we used to do everything from integration. We used to do point of sale mainly for small businesses, and it was a cloud-based solution. We've had also like an HR system. And of course, we charge professional services for development, things like that. And I had one of my sales staff was in a meeting, and we were just about to close the sale. We've given them the contract. The contract was approved, and we were just ready to send them the first invoice to collect our first payment in order to begin the work. So my guy, one of the sales staff that I had, went to see the customer on some technical. The lady requested him to go there for some clarifications. And the guy called me after about an hour or so, and he was about to just collapse. He was very agitated. He was just really upset. And I said, "What happened?" And he said, "She asked me a question that I was not able to answer properly, I suppose, my mistake. But then she started really abusing me. And, she started calling him like, get me somebody who understands. Obviously, you're stupid. You don't understand anything. Get me your boss. This is not the way we're going to do business, and this and that." And I said, "Okay, please don't worry. I will sort this out for you." And of course, being in business, the customer is always right. Only when it comes to your own staff, right? And here, this is again a very key moment for me between choosing to tell him to swallow his pride and go on with the business. Obviously, that was the business decision. A business person, a shrewd businessman would probably take that decision, or say, "No, I'm not going to accept that my employee is humiliated like that, and to the hell with the business, to the hell with this customer." So I picked up the phone to this lady's boss, so the lady who I signed the contract with, and I said, "Look, I'm in a bit of a situation here, and I hope that you can help me so that we can continue our business. This has happened with your employee, with one of your staff, with my staff, and I am very sorry to tell you this, but I cannot accept to continue this relationship unless she apologizes to my member of staff. And then and only then I will accept to continue. And if you feel that this is not something that your employee can do, then I will regretfully cancel the contract and cancel this whole business deal." Now, the ego has gotten to the best of both of them, although her member of staff did admit that she abused the guy, but they were taken by their ego, and they said, "Yeah, fine, if you don't want, you were not apologizing." I said, "If you're not apologizing, I withdraw the contract, and thank you very much for your business. I'm sorry that we could not go, but the well-being of my staff is my top priority." And we canceled the deal. So it really depends, guys, how you approach things. "I have a problem in X-Plane 12. When I take off, go some distance, autopilot turns off." Yeah, it does that sometimes. So we are approaching top of descent. As a matter of fact, if we come here, we're going to go to the, let's see, where do I want to go? I want to go to takeoff and landing. And we are going to take a quick look here at the weather in Bahrain. We have about 3 knots, so we'll put 5 knot extra here for the wind. And that gives us a 135 VAT. And we need the MDA, so we're going to go to our runway here. We're going to select the approach, runway 30 left, and that takes us all the way here. And we're going to take a note of the MDA, which is, we're going to do a Cat 2. So we're going to select one, let's see here. Today's 191. All right, so 191. Okay, perfect. That is all set. And we're going to come here and we're going to set the landing elevation, I believe, is, we don't really need to worry about it. Let's go to, real quickly, to the star, which is the Kobo Kilo 1. Transition altitude is 15. Yeah, airport elevation is 8, so we don't really need to worry about that. because this is 50, so we're good here. Okay, that's the top of descent. Let's reset the MCP altitude to, I believe, 2,000 feet. If we look here, again on the approach and runway 30, right, 1,500. So we'll click here and we'll switch this to 1,500. And there we go. We can begin the descent. So we're going to go to flight change. And once the aircraft begins the descent, we can go back to profile. So now we can see that the aircraft has begun the descent. By the way, we did not set this to standard, so we do it now. All right, hopefully we can avoid all these mistakes in the second leg. Okay, let me go to profile, and that is now going to set the aircraft descent rate and speed in accordance with the set profile and the McDo, and we have now begun the descent towards Bahrain International Airport. Hello there, Rand Cooley. Welcome aboard. I am early, Rand, because we are doing 2 legs today, so that is why I decided to leave X-Plane, so please respect their move. Yeah. I mean, see, the thing is, we do, I mean, personally, I do have a lot of respect for iniBuilds, for everything that they've done for the community, with the ADDONS, with the, you know, with putting the A310 there for the community. Whether I know that, you know, they got paid by Microsoft, but still, you know, let me just put some drag, or if it's just over speed. But I think, see, when you have got to, as a developer, you have also got to have respect for your consumers, for your customers who've made an investment in your product. So that is also very important. So respect is a mutual thing, and respect is earned. Yeah. So it's definitely a mutual thing. That's a good one, Dougal. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. But then it wasn't great in the real aircraft as well. Yeah. VNAV seems to be a little bit violent. They have done a lot for the community. Absolutely. Absolutely. All these GSX profiles, all the liveries, they've done a lot. iniBuilds have done a lot for the community, and that is something to be commended, to be respected, and I salute the developers over at iniBuilds. Quality stuff from iniBuilds, always, always. All right, there we go. Excellent. 15,000 is the transition altitude. We are looking good. And here is a look at the outside here as we arrive into Bahraini airspace, to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Look at this beautiful aircraft. Very, very well optimized as well, as opposed to the A310. This one is much, much better on frames. Much better. So actually, this is, you know, pretty similar to PMDG. iniBuilds says the real one is also very rudimentary. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Do you think buying X-Plane 12 and 11 is worth it? X-Plane 11, no. I don't recommend you investing in X-Plane 11. It's a dying platform now. It's done. So if you want to invest in X-Plane 12, not in X-Plane 11, without a doubt. All right, we are approaching our transition altitude of 15,000 feet in Bahrain. So there we go. And we're going to set the altimeter 1018. We continue the descent. We are very close. This is actually Bahrain, and this is the city of Al Muharraq in Bahrain, I believe, is the first city that you'll encounter on Bahraini airspace. So yeah, we are good. Okay, so we are going to go back to the flight plan, and there is one discontinuity in the flight plan. We need the ILS frequency. Let me grab that real quick. 110.3. So we're going to come here and set 110.3. 110.3 set, and the approach course is 300. So we'll go anti-clockwise for a faster dial of 300 for the approach course. 300 is set. Perfect. All right, and we are looking good, ladies and gents. Lots of us out here with machines and flat out won't support X-plane or MSFS, though, I suspect. MSFS is, both MSFS and X-plane can be configured to run on low-end machines as well as medium-end machines. I mean, you don't have to have a beast to run the sim. You have to have a beast to run it at maximum settings, but you can enjoy the experience of flight simming at, you know, medium specs. So you really don't have to go, you know, crazy on the, you know, on your computer specs. Unless you have a really, really old machine, that's something else. I'm really, really excited for 2024, guys, and I also plan on bringing some new content into the channel. But my focus will probably be on what releases, but I will always probably lean towards X-plane. But recently I have probably covered a lot more Microsoft Flight Sim in the more recent recent past, beg your pardon. And the reason being, there has been a lot of new releases for Microsoft Flight Sim, and not so much for X-plane. So there we go. All right, so we are now. It wants me to deploy the speed brakes to reduce our speed. So let's do that. All right, we want to go to 250 knots as we approach 10,000 feet, and that is the Kingdom of Bahrain in front of us now. We're going to set the, we'll leave the auto brake for now. We'll just continue to descend through to 1,500 feet. And here's a quick look. Listen to the engine sounds, guys. Ooh, beautiful. Just beautiful. That's 10,000, and that's Bahrain International. So that's Bahrain right there. The airport is in that vicinity. Kuwait Airways was one of the biggest operators of the A300 back in the day. I remember seeing those A300s. We still, until very recently, we've had one. I'm not sure if we still have it. Ellis, is there a release date for the MSFS 2024? No, there isn't. All right, I forgot our landing lights, so let's turn on the landing lights. Nose to takeoff. And let's turn off the runway turn-off lights. Seatbelt signs are on. And we are good. Landing system is turned on both the captain, first officer's side. All's looking good. You can see here the disco. We want to make sure that we are at a reasonable altitude before we make the turn into the center fix for runway 30 right. And what do you guys want? Do you want me to record this and take a look at the replay, or should we skip it? We have Manuel Barros Reyes. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. Welcome to the Kuwait Pilot channel. We get DHL flight here in the East Midlands and Bahrain all the time. Popular cargo route. Yeah, absolutely. We do have DHL also flies from Kuwait to Bahrain. Interestingly enough, DHL has 500 pilots. 500, check it out. And the fleet is a mix between Boeing and Airbuses. But yeah, one of my a friend has told me who works at DHL and very interested in aviation. He told me we've got 500 pilots. That's a lot of pilots. Skip it today is my vote. All right, so we'll skip the replay for this flight, and we'll do it maybe for the second leg arriving into Dubai. We'll skip this one here for this one into Bahrain. The good thing is MS already has an internal release date for 2024, so I expect it would launch around middle of the year. It remains to be seen, but again, I'm very, very excited about a new flight simulator. Well, not totally new, but it's going to definitely have a lot of new features. I am going to be, by the way, doing a stream for members only, and it is going to be which Cessna 172 reigns supreme. That is going to be the subject of the video. We're going to be taking a look at different Cessna 172s for X-Plane 12, and then we're going to make a verdict on. In fact, you guys will make the verdict. The channel members will make the verdict. So that is coming up very soon. I will plan it in the next few days, but it's more than likely going to be a 2024 video. Beg your pardon, live stream. So that is coming up, but as a tribute to my members and for the just outstanding support throughout, I'm going to dedicate this to members only, at least initially. It's going to be members only. Then maybe we'll release it to everyone. Okay, so now you can see that it wants me to do a little bit more drag. So I am going to extend the speed brakes, and I'm not going to make the turn to the center fix just yet. We'll do it in a little bit. We are approximately 9 nautical miles from Bahrain International. So I'm going to allow this to just go a little bit further. There we go. Parking brake is really okay. Now it's time for us to arm the speed brake. Speed brake is armed. We'll worry about the auto brake once we are on final. It won't actually activate now, even if you try. It won't activate. And we'll just give it a little bit more. And we are now at 10, about maybe around 12 nautical miles, or maybe 11 nautical miles. We can begin the turn towards the center fix. Okay. We're looking good. And once we pass Nagat, then we can, or is it Nagat? Then we can start. I'm not sure. Okay, so let me come down here, and we're gonna now go direct to the center fix, insert, and there's the turn, and we're gonna hit on land here, and that will bring the aircraft back to the approach speed. We're looking good in terms of the localizer and the glide slope here as we descend to 1,500 feet for our approach. Auto brake, medium. Right, we're looking good. Speed, the throttle is idle. And the airport is just right ahead of us now. All right, final check here. Let's take a look at our lights. Runway turn off lights, landing lights are on, nose lights are on. Everything looks good. Seatbelt signs are on. And if we come down here, auto brake is set to on. And the speed brake is armed. And we just now have to follow the flap settings and the landing gear. We are looking good. What a beautiful approach into Bahrain. Very nice. I love the low approach when you're over, over the sea. It just looks really, really great. All right, here we go. And now we should align. There is the center. We're heading to the center fix for runway 30 right. We're looking good. Approaching the platform altitude of 1,500 feet. Altimeter is set 1018. And all's looking good. All right, let's set the range here to 15 nautical miles. I got the Elgato Wave XLR and Wave TX. It really amazing. Thank you for the recommendation. Oh, my pleasure, Drashal. I'm glad that you got it. And it will serve you very well, my friend. It will serve you very well. I'm glad that you got it and that you're happy with it. Okay. We are approaching the center fix. Everything's looking good. 1,500. And here is the turn towards Bahrain International Airport. Ladies and gents, I'm going to set my view here so that I can have better visibility on the runway. And now the speed. All right, let's go check. Flaps 15, slats 15. And the runway is ahead. We can see the city of Manama to our left now, the capital of Bahrain. Lovely country. Right, looking good. Good time to lower the landing gear. We are 6 nautical miles. So landing gear is coming down. Look at that sight. All right, speed check. Flaps. And flaps full. Excellent. We're looking good. And at 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot and hand fly the aircraft. The sounds are phenomenal. Right, 134, was it 134? That is 134, exactly. A little bit of wind. 120, 1,000. Autopilot off. My aircraft. Definitely some wind there. Wow, really strong crosswind. You know, we should have recorded this, guys.
200. One hundred. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Reverse screen. 80 knots. And manual braking. Welcome to the Kingdom of Bahrain, ladies and gents. Woo! Nice. Right, we have made it safely here. Quite the crosswind, absolutely. All right, here we go. That's the terminal. This is, by the way, a payware airport of Bahrain International. Not exactly the fidelity that I would expect. But not bad. It's a good rendition of the airport. Right, we can come here and start the APU. Parking brake is set. And we can turn off the lights. Okay, all is good here, all is good there. We can push that for accelerate, and let's see here. Are the brakes hot? Kind of. Yeah, they are hot. All right. All right, looks like the APU is taking a little bit of time. Yeah, see, that's going to cause tear and wear on our brakes, so we'll probably have to replace them pretty soon. All right, so APU is available, APU on, and let's go ahead and kill the engines. And there you have it. Listen to those sounds, guys. All right, the first leg is complete, and I'm gonna need some time to set up the second leg now from Bahrain to Dubai. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? I really like this aircraft a lot. Really, really very well done by iniBuilds. And you know, I can't really help but to repeat that they've really optimized the aircraft. It's not it's just really at par with probably somewhere between PMDG and Phoenix, but closer to PMDG in terms of the performance. So if I just give you a quick, if you look here at the overlay, 112 FPS here at Bahrain International. With the A310, I get it somewhere in the 80s, 85 or 90. So again, much better in terms of the performance optimizations there for the A310. All right, guys, I'm going to need a little bit of time here to set up the next where we are here. Is it Bahrain? This is Bahrain International Airport. Yeah. Let me just do it here. I'll show you real quick. There we go. That's the Kingdom of Bahrain, and that's the city, Manama City, right there in the distance. All right, folks. I am going to need a little bit of time to set up the sim brief plan and reload the sim back into Bahrain International with the iniBuilds Emirates Sky Cargo for our second leg this evening. Okay, if you're interested in any of the scenery, guys, just type !scenery, and that should take you to the, it should provide you with the links of the scenery that we're using, with the exception of Kuwait International. It's freeware, available on the flightsim.to website. That's where you can find it. All right, enjoy the music. I will be right back. Well, guys, we are back again in the looking again at the iniBuilds A300. This is the cargo variant, and we are currently situated at Dubai, at Bahrain International Service to Dubai. We're going to be carrying some cargo with us this evening, and looks like we have Allison Johnson with us. Welcome, Allison. Glad to have you here with us. Happy New Year to you, my friend. I hope you had a pleasant Christmas. And yeah, I'm glad that you've joined us here for the second leg from Bahrain to Dubai. Okay, so it wants us to open the main cargo door, and there's a bit of, you know, some things are a little bit different in the, you can see GSX now is getting ready here to get the aircraft. Now you can open the, we'll say both.
Crew bus is coming.
Okay, crew bus is coming. All right, perfect. Now you can do this from the flight bag, or you can actually go to the cargo compartment and open it once you powered the aircraft. So you can actually go there, and they have the controls there. But it's okay. We'll just do it from the EFB. So let's come down here, and we're going to go to the ground equipment and open the main cargo door. There we go. Very nice animation there, and we have all the cargo getting ready now to be loaded into the aircraft. Now there are some nice presets for loading the cargo. If we go to weight and balance, you'll see that it looks slightly different than the previous EFB, where you can put a horse stable transport, aeropart transport, racing team, humanitarian charter, custom cargo, and then from SimBrief, custom cargo from SimBrief. And those are nice. You know, you can play with those if you like to do that. We're just going to use the custom cargo from SimBrief, so that again gets everything. We've got 7 passengers on board. We've got there our fuel. We're going to say apply the load to the aircraft, but in the meantime we can also say finish now. But you can also see that the pilots and first officer are boarding the aircraft, and we can go to walk around mode here, and we can again take a look at the beautiful rendition of the cargo variant of the iniBuilds A310. As you can see here, very, very nice. And with GSX, I think it adds a little bit of, you know, immersion as well, just with the cargo variant of the aircraft. Let's take a quick look at the cabin. Let's see. What did I want to do? Which sets? Let me see here if we can go to, there we go. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm not sure why it won't let me go to, unless you select a specific preset. I'm unable to, let me see here. Is it this one? Can't remember which preset allows me to go. We can see the load guy here. All right, there we go. All right, so here we can, this actually works So from here, you can open and close the cargo door, which is pretty cool. And we can, if we go to the cargo compartment here, we can see actually the cargo being loaded up. Obviously, it's got the iniBuilds crates already there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. So back here in the cockpit, we're going to come here and we're going to turn on battery 1, battery 2, battery 3, and we're going to turn on the external power. Galley power is on, and the aircraft is already fueled. Everything here looks good. Non-smoking signs is on. The seatbelt sign is on. And we're going to move up here to, let's see here, which one I have, program number 2. There we go. Now we have the flight plan, the overhead panel here, easier to see. Ground control is on, and let's see here, nav 1, 2, and 3, and everything here looks good. All here, we're going to turn on the nav lights on. Excellent. And we can then go to, those guys can go on as well. Okay, up here, all is good. We're going to go ahead and do the script test, engine number 1, beg your pardon, APU fire test, and the engine number 1 fire test. The flight recorder test checks okay. And then we're going to turn on the window heats and probe heats as well. Let's turn on all our fuel pumps. Brilliant. All's good here, and emergency lights are armed. We're going to go ahead and start the APU right away here. Start. There we go. Excellent. All right, now we can go to the McDo. We can see all the doors are currently open here, and we are currently loading the cargo in the aircraft. Excellent. Okay. Let's come down here to the McDo once more, and we're going to bring up Navigraph charts. We now have the flight plan ready, and stream lagging. I am not seeing any lagging from my side, so I'm still showing a healthy stream. Excellent connection, it says. So, yeah. All right. So next we're going to go, let's go to the menu. We're going to select ACARS and request the flight from SimBrief. Excellent. We have the route now, which is originating from Bahrain to Dubai International. And the cost index for this flight is going to be 83. Let's see here. 83 is selected. The final cruise altitude of 25,000. Again, very short flight. Today we are actually UAE. That's the ICO code for Emirates. They're very lucky that they got it because that's the abbreviation of the country. So pretty cool. UAE 9832, and we'll put that in here. 25,000 set. We're going to go ahead and click on Iris Align. So that's in its alpha. And then next we're going to go to flight plan. The flight plan is a departure from Bahrain International runway 30 right, the same runway we just arrived at. So that's 30 right. Excellent. And there is no SID. Apparently we're flying direct to the Bahrain BHR. So we're just going to say insert. And next we're going to scroll down until we find Dubai, which is Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. And now we're going to select the star. The star is going to be... there is actually no star for Dubai either. So it's direct runway 30 left from Pedo. 30 left. ILS 30 left. There we go. And I suppose it's going to be the ADDONS transition, but let's double check. So we're going to go to the approach, waiting for you to action. Okay, we'll close the doors in just a second here. Let's take a look at 30 left here. Let's see. It is indeed the Aldo transition. So we're going to select the transition here. There is no star, and we're going to say insert. Let's make sure there are no discontinuities along the route. This looks okay. All right, so no discontinuities. Excellent. Let's take a look here at the doors. Looks like the stairs is away, and the doors are closed. Just the main cargo door remains open. We can take care of that here. We're going to go to ground equipment and close the main cargo door. Excellent. Okay, so we can come back here now and continue. We are done with the flight plan, and the next is the secondary flight plan. So again, I'm following the diff strip sequence. Secondary flight plan. All right, so copy the active plan. Sufficient for our flight today. And then from the secondary diff strip, so that's going to be the radios. The radios are set. And then it's init Bravo. So init Bravo is here. We're going to take a look here at the weight and balance. And we've got 121.66 for the zero fuel and 1109. Okay, so 11.09 for the block fuel. Very similar to the route from Kuwait to Bahrain. So normally in real life from Kuwait to Bahrain, it's about 30 minutes, and from Kuwait to Dubai is 1.5 hours. So, all right, so zero fuel is, let's see here, 121.66. What did it do? Ah, okay. All right, let me see here. It's waiting for an enter. All right, there we go. Much better. Okay, so now I forgot what it was. Okay, 1109. 121.66. 121.66. Let's clear that. Okay. And zero fuel is set. Zero fuel center of gravity 31.28. 31.28. And that is there. Cruise altitude is set. Excellent. This trip. So the next is the performance. After init Bravo is the performance P. In this strip is P, which is performance. So we're going to go to your takeoff. Okay, perfect. We're going to go back to the performance page now, and we are going to select runway 30 right for departure. We're going to sync everything here. That's the heading and the wind, all of that good stuff. We have everything synced here. We're going to say calculate. And now we have 154, 163, and 163. Okay, so 154, 154, 163 for V rotate, and 163. I think we can now turn on the pitch trim. There we go. 163 is set here. All right, 163, and the altitude is 25,000 feet. Short hop to Dubai. Okay, and the 309 is the runway heading. So let's go ahead and set that. All right, 309 is set. Perfect. And we'll put the constraints on. Brilliant. And uncage the display. Let's set our altimeter. All right, perfect. That is all set now. And we have the APU available, so we can actually turn on the APU bleed. Perfect. And now we can disconnect the external power. We can come here and turn on the non-smoking signs. All right, we are ready for push and start. The alignment is complete. Now, we look here real quick, we need to take a quick look here as when we depart Bahrain, we are 30 rights, so this is the one here. All right, so let's take a look at the SID for runway 30 right. Okay, so runway 30 right, we are going to fly direct to the Bahrain VOR, so we can fly runway heading and then make a turn. In fact, what we can do is fly direct to Golco after departure. Yeah, let's see what it says. Maintain last assigned heading, flight level, or altitude period of 3 minutes after departure, or to a distance of 12 DME from the Bahrain VOR, whichever occurs earlier. Thereafter, continue according to current flight plan by routing direct to the first en route reporting point and climbing to the last acknowledged en route flight level. So that's what we've pretty much said that we're going to do. Except that we need to be like 12 nautical miles from the Bahrain VOR. Okay, so we are all ready to go here, guys, and we can start. Let's just put in the flex temperature, which is 63. So we're going to do flex takeoff, and we're going to put 63 here. There we go, 63 is set, and we are ready for pushback. Beacon lights is on, and we're good to push. Perfect. Let's make sure nothing is connected to the aircraft. We're going to go to the ground equipment. All the doors are closed. They are currently disarmed. They will arm automatically. The chocks are off, and we're good to go. Okay, this time we're going to use GSX. So in the first leg today, we used the built-in pushback. This time around, we'll use we'll use GSX. So prepare for pushback and departure. And let's see here. I really like the Emirates livery. All right, we can just remove the ground power unit. There we go.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Hello there, Diego. Welcome aboard. Where are you from? Kuwait? I'm from Kuwait. MT Aviation, welcome aboard, my friend. Hello there, Scott. Welcome aboard, my friend. It's been a while. How have you been?
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
All right, we'll just wait for the tug, and then we'll fire up those beautiful engines. Just really beautiful aircraft, and the sounds are just exceptional. All right, tow truck is in position.
Locking gear.
Gulf Air, طيران الخليج. I hope that you've had a pleasant Christmas, Scott. Hello, Diego. Welcome aboard from Argentina. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. All right, so we're going to push nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, we have clearance to start the engines. In at A, start number 2. Check out those sounds. Nose to the right, please. Engine number 2 starting. What is this guy doing? Nose to the right, please. Not to the left. What is this guy doing? I thought we said nose to the right. Oh, GSX is doing strange things. All right. We'll just stop it
Please
here.
set parking brakes.
All right.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right. Let's.
Cockpit to ground.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine
Okay,
start.
let's start
You can
engine number
disconnect.
1. Arm. Start valve open. Engine number 2. Engine number 1 is now spooling. Look at the details, guys. Look at those textures. Wow. We have sufficient oil, but you can see that the oil has gone down. All right, 20%. Engine number 1.
Unlocking gear.
Starting. Listen to the sounds, guys. Wow. All right. Let's see here. This is going to be a flex takeoff and the auto brake to max for
Tow
takeoff.
truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Speed brake is
Left
armed.
is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, perfect. Altimeter is set. Everything here is good. Let's set our flaps. What beautiful aircraft. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with GSX. He put us on the wrong direction, but that's okay. All right, so engine is stable. So we're gonna go to engine start switch to off. We can turn off the APU bleed, turn off APU master, nose light to taxi, and we are good to go. Flaps are set. We can do the flight control check. Full up, full down, full left, full right. Excellent. And neutral. Okay. We are good to go. I'm going to set my favorite view here. I think number 2. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're going to taxi to runway 30. It is a bit far from the cargo area. There we go. All right, so parking brake is released. And the trim, I suppose, is going to be, again, 0 and 0. If we go to weight and balance, no, beg your pardon, performance. Yeah, 0.1 down, which is pretty much the same. All right, so let's just make the turn here and get out of the cargo area here at, it says this is the cargo terminal at Bahrain International. Quite a hub for DHL in this part of the world, Bahrain is. We speak Spanish in Argentina, then, yeah. Yeah, I've had a friend Paulo from Argentina back when I was in the States, and he actually spoke a lot of languages. But yeah, I'm very well aware of that. I think in Brazil they speak a version of Portuguese, which is a little bit, it's similar to Spanish, but not exactly the same. All right, here we go. That's our turn. And yeah, this is actually not a bad rendition of Bahrain, but not the highest fidelity possible. So there are a few things missing in the scenery. By the way, the steering that you see when I leave the rudders, it just steers to the right. That is actually my rudder pedals. They need to be recalibrated, not from the software perspective, but from the hardware perspective, I think there's something wrong with the springs after years and years of usage. So, yeah, I need to get those sorted out before long. Okay, everything is good here. We are ready to go. Let's switch to external view real quick. Look at those flaps. Look at the detent of the flaps and just how beautifully modeled it is on the cargo variant. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Alright, we're gonna go down here and set TCAS to TARA. And continue the taxi. I think this is the very first time that I do a two-leg line, two-leg stream. I don't think that I've done this before. But what we're going to do here, folks, is we're going to make a turn on this taxiway, because that's actually a runway, so we're going to go on the other side to taxi to runway 30 right. Yeah, here, I mean, this is very accurate of Bahrain. The main terminal, Batelco, is one of the leading providers of mobile services in Bahrain. So if you're, I think it's Bahrain Telecommunication Company is what it stands for, or Bahrain Telecom. Yeah, Bahrain is a very nice country if you're ever in the region. I highly recommend you visit Bahrain during the winter time, because it is extremely humid in the summer. Being a smaller island, it's very, very humid. So it's just, for me, the humidity is unbearable. So yeah, I really am. I've done some changes to my control panel settings lately. And I think those changes, with everything else I've done, has served me very well in terms of the smoothness of the sim. Alright, we're coming up to the turn for the runway, and we're going to actually enter the runway and cross to runway 30 right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights, nose light, and the runway turn-off lights, as well as the strobe lights, as we make the turn here towards the runway. And then we're going to taxi all the way down the runway for runway 30 right. So we're going to cross 30 left to 30 right. Right, here's the turn. How beautiful. Look at the details there. Alright, so 12 DME, or about 2 minutes after departure, and then we'll make the turn towards the Bahrain VOR. So we're going to fly and maintain runway heading. I love flying cargo, no nagging passengers. Alison, perhaps in the new year, if you would like, I can bring the Earthheart Spike and join you on a group flight. Oh, that would be great, Alison. I would absolutely love that. Yeah, let's do that. I would love to do that. Absolutely. Yeah, please bring them all. Let's have some fun. All right. So here we go. This is the runway 30 right, and everything is set for takeoff. Okay. You can view here. This is the Bahrain VRs right over there. So we are good to go, folks. And here we go. Engines are stable. Check out those sounds. (163) is the rotation speed. Very nice and long runway here in Bahrain. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gears going up. Oof, look at that wind. Absolutely a lovely departure out of Bahrain. Very nice aircraft to hand fly as well, the iniBuilds A300. All right, so we are going to come here. And we're going to fly direct to Golco. Insert. All right, here we go. We'll begin the turn. Auto throttle. Right, speed check, flaps up. Nav, profile, autopilot 1 engaged, climb, and we are now climbing to 25,000 feet, which is our cruise altitude. Disarm the speed brake. Oh, we also forgot to arm it. All right. A300 is a very sedate to fly, and I like it. Yeah, it is. It is wonderful. Perfect, Allison. Perfect. And Dougal, I can count on you being with us during the group flight as well, huh? All right. There we go. Let's set this to 40. Excellent. And we continue now the climb, heading to Dubai. And we're just carrying some cargo today. The F1 Formula cars are now being delivered back to Dubai. Oh, Dougal. Dougal makes for a perfect wingman. I must say, during my Orbix stream, you know, Dougal came online, and he's just the perfect wingman. Very capable flyer. All right, 9,000. Let's turn off our landing lights. Runway nose light is off. Runway turn-off lights are off. Let's go ahead and release the passengers there as well. And we'll leave the non-smoking sign on. We have all the constraints there. Nothing there. Let's leave it there. Okay, I don't see any constraints here as we climb to our cruise altitude. And there is the Kingdom of Bahrain behind us. And the glorious iniBuilds A300. Very, very cool. What did I miss while I was gone? Well, we departed from Bahrain, heading over to Dubai. Ultra Kid Bro, welcome aboard, my friend. And thank you very much. I look forward to having you with us there on the group flight. Yeah, Allison is an excellent content creator on Twitch. Very calm attitude. I love content creators who have a really calm attitude, and they're relaxed. I enjoy watching you, Allison. Just in case you didn't know, I'm normally silent on the streams. I do sometimes say a quick hello, but most of the time, every once in a while, I'll pop in and say hello, and but most of the time, I just watch silently. But I do enjoy your content very much. That livery does make the plane look good. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. 13,000 feet. That's the 15,000 is the transition altitude. So we'll give it a little bit, and then we will set the barrow to standard. Everything here looking good. Let's see how the wiper works. Oof, that's not slow, is it? Oof! Wow. Now that is some wiper there. Alright, that's close enough. Let's set barrow to standard. Standard set, we're about 10,000 feet to go for our cruise altitude. Let's put this in the off position. And everything here is good. Alright. Just a lovely, lovely aircraft. What did I do? Look at this view, guys. The animation seems a bit off, though. And this is the cargo hold. You can see the lights. You can see the ducting. There you go. All right, 17,000 for 25. We're looking good. Aero Hub, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Phantom. Yeah. Well, guys, I hope really that 2024 brings every good fortune to all of you guys, and really thank you guys for the support in 2023. And I'll share with you guys something that I probably never shared on streams. Is throughout the course of content creation, there were like stations, if you will. There were turning points for me. The most critical one was probably when I decided to stop. But I'll tell you guys, I'll be very honest to tell you that thought has reoccurred to me several times in the past year. And it's nothing to do with you know, the trolls or anything. Is just really the stress over time. It's how much time I have to, you know, prepare the content and then, you know, edit. And that's why you've seen me leaning more towards the live format recently, even for my reviews, although the videos are, you know, they're no longer than 20 minutes, between 15 and 20 minutes, sometimes shorter than that. But the preparation for, you know, preparing a video is much longer, and it takes a very long time to edit. And this year has been extremely stressful year with work and with just my daughter going to college and all that. So it has been very stressful for me. And with content creation, it has gotten, you know, the best of me, really. So the thought crossed my mind. And the only thing that kept me going is you guys, is all the support that I receive from you, the words of encouragement. I recall all the words, all the support words, and the kind, encouraging comments made by all of you guys in FS Expo. And I really feel, you know, while I started 8 years ago as, you know, as a hobby and really sharing my passion for flight, today I feel that I have a responsibility towards the community, and the decision of whether, you know, I continue as a content creator or not is no longer mine. It's you. It's you guys. You decide if, you know, Kuwait stays or goes. And so, yeah, that thought has always haunted me. But I'm very glad where, you know, the channel has achieved major milestones in 2023. And I'm very, very grateful, guys, for all the support that you have given me. Of course, I do not forget the Orbex, Navigraph, Laminar Research. Those were instrumental in the success of the channel and to really opening a lot new doors for the channel and for me personally. So I'm very grateful for all of that, for all of you guys, for all the support. And I really hope I can continue to deliver value to you in the years ahead. Videos take much longer to create, hence why I have also started focusing on streams rather than videos. I do want to say that Kuwait, we are all here, and if you need to scale back a bit, then please do. Your health and family is absolutely paramount. If there is anything I can do to help, please do let me know. Thank you very much, Rashal. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much, Marcos. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you very much, Chris. I really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Very kind of you, sir. Okay, very quickly here on our flight, as we arrive at our final cruise altitude, we level off here at 25,000. And looking at our flight plan here, we can see, in fact, let me go to, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so first let's click here on cruise. That will change our EPR and thrust for cruise thrust. And electronic flight bag is okay. Progress. We are going to enter OMDB and then 30 left, wasn't it? I think so, yeah. All right, 30 left is set. And while we're at it, we are going to come here, go to flights, go to Dubai, and 30 left, indeed. Let's go to the approach, 30 left. Let's visualize our approach. Okay, we're coming through the ADDONS transition. All right, perfect, perfect. And the honest frequency is 111.3. 111.3 is set, and the approach course is 299er. So it's easier to go this way. All right, 299er is now set. Let's go back to the flight plan. And yeah. All right, so this is FUTIB. All right, let's take a quick look here at our flight plan. So let me switch this to plan. All right, that's where we are. And let's go up here just to visualize what our... there we go. So we are going to come here and turn back. Okay, perfect. All right. So you've been briefed on our arrival. Let's switch this back to map. And we should actually begin the descent shortly towards Dubai. Hello there, Yusuf Bashir. Good evening to you, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much, Stan. You guys are all my friends as well. That's one of the things I cherish the most about this hobby, that brought me all these brilliant friends, brilliant people in my life. I've known Kuwait since Giant walked on Earth and wooden ships stalled the seas. Yes, definitely, Rand. It's been quite a journey. You know, Rand, I remembered I went to my one of my earlier videos, and I think it was 7 years ago, and I saw, you know, some of your comments, some of your earlier comments. It's just a treat to read your comments always. Today, you know, you have me using MSFS more than Explain. Could that be a good thing? Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. As long as it makes you happy, then it's a good thing. And if I contribute to flight simulation, whether it's MSFS or Explain, then that's fine. You know, that's then I've accomplished my mission, because my mission is to promote flight simulation, is to promote the hobby, and to provide you guys with all the knowledge and equip you with all the information that you require in order to make informed decisions about which simulator you want to fly, which aircraft you want to buy, is this scenery worth it, and of course all my tweaks and tutorials on how to improve performance. And I tell you guys, I've been watching a lot of videos on performance. I've tested these and they did not work. And you know, I could still make a video and show you, you know, you can do this and do that, and you'll gain 2 FPS. And there are people who do that, by the way, because they know anything related to performance and tweaks and things like that, people jump on it for the views. I don't do that. So I hope I can remain, and you know, a valuable resource for you guys. And for this reason, I've set my bar very high on what I provide on the channel, on the videos that I put out. And I definitely am honored to have all of you guys. I can really call you guys my friends. Good evening, Happy New Year, MPS Gaming. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. Would you say an RTX 4090 is worth it? Does the FPS ever get bad? No, the FPS never get bad for a lot of titles. It is an excellent card. For me, it's definitely worth the money. I absolutely love it. Now, if you want to go, you know, like buck for the dollar, FPS for the dollar, that's a completely different thing. But I just absolutely love the 4090. I have both sim, prefer Explain, but MS is good in other ways. I agree with you, Ultra Kit Pro, especially for VFR. Where I use both like some of us do. Yeah. Well, thank you, Airbus Lover 78. Thank you, sir. I'm pausing for from Explain and try again, MM. Well, Sergio, I think it's it's perfectly okay to have both sims installed and fly them both. In a day, I'd fly both of them. And I enjoy them thoroughly, both Microsoft and X-Plane. Seriously. Here's a look at the external view. And that, ladies and gents, over there to our right is Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran. And to our right, so sorry, to our left is Iran and to our right is Saudi Arabia. We can go to settings, next page, master volume. There you can hear probably the interior sounds a little better. Yeah, that's correct, Rand. That's a good advice, yes. If you have CPU of top-of-the-line Intel or AMD who can handle 3090, you can afford it. It's expensive GPU, but very nice GPU. I have it with the 139KS. I have it with the 139K. MPS Gaming, I'm actually curious with the 139KS. What kind of cooling do you have? Do you have a custom loop or do you have like a regular CPU cooler? Hello, Patrick. What do you think to the MSFS rendition of the A300? I was really hoping iniBuilds to fix the A300 and X-Plane. I love it. I absolutely love this aircraft here in MSFS, and it is almost identical to the A300 in X-Plane 11 when it first came out. Right now, it needs a lot of work in X-Plane, especially with the 1208 from Laminar. It changes a lot in the flight model, so it becomes very difficult to fly it. Hi, Kuwait. What are your thoughts on the iniBuilds A300 so far? I absolutely love it, Mohammed. It's very, very good. I cannot recommend it enough, and the price is a real steal, a real bargain. So if you are in shopping for an airliner for MSFS, this one is definitely one that I highly, highly recommend. An excellent, excellent aircraft for Microsoft Flight Sim. It competes with the big ones. It's there with the PMDGs of the world, and yeah, it's really very, very good. Now, PMDG, for me, by the way, PMDG remains as of 31st or 30th of December, unless something releases tomorrow, as of 30th of December 2023, in my view, the #1 add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator is the PMDG 737-900ER. That, to me, is the best. The entire range. So from the 900 all the way down to the 600, PMDG have proved themselves over the years that they are #1. They deserve to be #1, in my view. Boeing Corp Mike from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome aboard. I got the A300 yesterday. It's a little hard on FPS. Is it? I haven't had any issues with the FPS on it. Which do you think is better in terms of flight model and depth of simulation compared to the X-Plane 11 version? The flight model is slightly better in X-Plane. In terms of the simulation, it's pretty much the same. So the same systems are simulated, at least for the casual simmer. But yeah, they've got, the hydraulics. This one, by the way, has a little bit more in terms of the system simulation. The flight model, I'd probably vouch for the X-Plane version. For the system simulation, this one has the edge because it's got a lot more features here, and you can service, your hydraulics, your oil, service the APU, replace the brakes, the tires, and actually you'll be able to visually see the tear and wear on the tires. I didn't show you the brakes. Maybe I'll show you once we land. There is actually a small, looks like a stick in the brakes in the back, and actually it starts wearing with time. and you'll know that you need to replace the brakes once it's gone completely. So everything's very visual. Everything's simulated properly in this aircraft. So yeah. Here, again, if you look at the fidelity there of the textures, very, very nice. Love the little scratches there on the display. All right, let's take a look here. And we are... All right, so we're very close to top of descent. We've already configured our ILS frequency, so we're good there. No need to worry. And if we look outside, you can see Dubai ahead of us. You can see right there. You can see that's Dubai. So we're actually pretty close to top of descent, and this is the mountainous terrain over in the in Iran, right there. Yeah. Ah, now I'm getting something to do with YouTube not receiving a sufficient bandwidth. Not sure if you guys are getting any lag. All right, now it says excellent connection. It's fine now, I think. Yeah. I was lagging there for a minute. Yeah, okay, I witnessed the same thing. So normally what I do, guys, when I'm streaming, I actually watch the stream on my iPad. So I just leave it there. I mute the sound so that I can figure out if there are any issues. All right, perfect. Perfect. A little bit of clouds. Let's take a quick look at the weather in Dubai. All right, so let's just see what we expect there. So if we go to the weather, OMDB, variable wind, 20 knots. Visibility is good. 24 Celsius, 101, no significant change next hour. Okay, so everything's good there. No significant clouds. All is good. So it should be an uneventful approach. Again, winds are calm. We can see that 2 knot crosswind, 1 knot headwind. So we're good there. Yeah, things are in our favor, and we're almost there now, folks. We'll begin the descent shortly. This is the top of descent here, as you can see, and we can see it in the display as well. So I'm going to go ahead and reset the MCP altitude now to the platform altitude, which is 2,000 feet. All right, 2,000 feet is now set. All right, 2,000 set, perfect. Dubai approach is going to be beautiful. It is beautiful, I'll tell you. And with the increased resolution that I've been using lately, so I go, instead of 100% resolution, I go to 140%. It looks just gorgeous. It really does look gorgeous. I did my first flight today with the A300-600 EGNX to ESMS, had crosswind and had big problem to land. Oh, the wind pushed the aircraft off the run. What was the crosswind? MPS Gaming. Do you know what the actual figure was? Hi Kuwait, do you use frame generation? Yes, sir. I use frame generation. All right, we're getting pretty close to top of descent and to Dubai for that matter. We should be able to see the city in a little bit. The visibility is good. So yeah, I think once we begin the descent, we should be able to see that's Dubai in front of us right now. We can see it. And we are flying probably in Emirati airspace right now. To our right is Saudi Arabia. And we have Mohammed. Welcome to Senior Captain. Thank you very much, sir, for your support. I appreciate it. And I welcome you to this group. You will be having access to my upcoming members-only stream, which is titled Which Cessna 172 Reigns Supreme for X-Plane 12. So welcome again, and I hope that you will enjoy my upcoming content. I thank you very much for your support, sir. Very kind of you. I had full flaps, 150 knots. Maybe I should land on higher speed. 150 knots. That's a bit strange. Were you heavy? Were you flying full load? Shouldn't throw you off the runway. Oh, no. So your speed was 150 knots. What was the wind speed? What was the crosswind speed? Right, we're coming up to top of descent. Let's take a look here. Check the time. We're not flying, by the way, real time. But I'm going to change it just a little bit. All right, I think once we pass this cloud here, I think we can now clearly see Dubai right there. Yep, we can definitely see it now. When the sun is not so bright, you can see a little better. So yeah, guys, look at the you can see the panel work here as the sun is casted through the panel. Just look at how beautiful this texture work is. I mean, now you can really see the details. Look at that. Look at the scratches here by the autopilot switches. I mean, that is really some serious texture work. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Very, very nice. All right. 11 knots. 11 knots. It shouldn't throw you off the runway. Did you use did you use rudder and the aileron to compensate for the crosswind once you've landed? That's very strange. 11 knot should this aircraft should take the 11 knot wind. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. All right, so we are at the top of descent. We have reset the MCP altitude. So I'm going to again go level change here. And from level change, once the aircraft begins the descent, then we will switch to profile once more. So we'll go back to profile. That will maintain our speed as we begin the descent towards Dubai International Airport. And we are going to be taking a look at Dubai International by iniBuilds as well. I think they've done a really good job with Dubai International. So we'll take a look. I think personally it's better than... it's the best rendition, I think, of Dubai. There are a few things I like more in the Fly Tampa Dubai. But this one is quite detailed as well, so very nice. How's the DLSS DLL swapper working out for you so far? Are you still seeing a 20 to 30% FPS boost? Yep, absolutely. Hello, V-Sky Check. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. I used rudder manual landing last 250 feet to touchdown. Huh. That's very strange. Really, really strange, PS Gaming. Maybe you want to go to the iniBuilds forum and post it in the forum for support. Right, 20,000. Okay. So the transition altitude. Let's see here. First, let me come down here. And let's see. Okay, so Cat 3. So decision DA is 60. Alright. So we're going to come here. And we're going to put dial in 60. Alright. And for the winds, we are going to add... let's see, this one, so we'll add 5 knots. That's okay. 5 knot wind. And that gives us a VAP of 139. Perfect. And the elevation, if we come here, airport elevation is 62. So we're going to come here and set the landing elevation to, I'm going to leave it there. Okay. We're good. 17,000. We continue the descent towards Dubai, and the city is actually, we can see now the island there at Dubai. There's a bit of clouds, but once we're below the clouds, we should be able to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Dubai and Dubai International Airport as well. Another hero, fast, yeah. Absolutely. You know, Stan, I was talking to my son, and I told him, hey, it was really great seeing you on stream the other day. And he said, Dad, are you still talking about that? He just made me laugh. So he's very excited about going to FS Expo. So, and I'm excited to bring him along. I think it's going to be an experience for him, definitely. So I'm quite happy to bring him on board this year. All right, let me extend the speed brakes a little bit because it looks like we need to reduce our speed here as we approach Dubai. Here you can see now, we can see a little bit of Dubai as we arrive. We can see, by the way, Dubai International is right there. I can see the lights, and now you can see the Burj Khalifa there. Now you can see the buildings there. It's a bit there. That's Burj Khalifa right there for you. It's a little bit it's humid, and that's why. I'm not sure if it's humidity or just fog. We're looking good here. Let's see, where's our speed? We're looking good. Excellent. We can disarm the speed brakes. And yeah, now we can definitely see the city there as we approach 10,000 feet. I just want to go below the clouds so I can show you guys this really beautiful scenery of Dubai from... Alright, once more drag. Let's give it more drag. It wants to go down to 250 knots as we approach 10,000 feet, which again tells us that it's doing the right thing. There we go. There we are at 250 knots. there a restriction there of some sort? There is indeed a restriction. Yeah, this layer of cloud is just making things not look very nice. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights and take off. There we go. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. And everything's good. Okay. Look at this sight, ladies and gents. Wow, this looks phenomenal. That's, by the way, Burj Al Arab Hotel. And you can see the landmarks here of Dubai as we approach the airport, which is right here. That's Dubai International right there. Right, so we're going to make the turn and turn back towards Dubai. So we're going to turn on the landing system here and right here. Excellent. Want to verify the frequency, which is 111.3. 111.3430 left. Okay. Kuwait, I'm just joining the chat. Could you tell me when the A300 is going to be released? It's already released, my friend. Hello, MC Crewfish. Welcome aboard, my friend. The aircraft is already available for purchase at the iniBuilds store. Yeah, I've got to like the fog there covering the buildings. Unfortunately, we can't see much of the beautiful scenery. You can see here, you know, there's a fog layer there. Very typical in Dubai. Right, once more drag. Right, let's give it more drag. All right, and here's the green dot. Speed check. Flaps 15. All right. Perfect. We'll enable the recording this time for the replay. I have flown this route so many times, and I tell you guys, this is very, very accurate. Even the terrain is very accurate. This is what you actually see when you arrive into Dubai. Okay, let's go to 15. There we go. So we're going to make the turn here and head back to Dubai. Okay, let's arm the speed brake and auto brake to medium. It's a very long runway, so we should be fine. To fix the A310, change your date to before December 25th before loading into the game and it will work. Oh, really? Oh, that's good to know. Tell you guys, this looks pretty nice. The panel work is just outstanding. I mean, really, this aircraft, by the way, this is in my book, this is not a study level aircraft, but it's very complex. I would say that it's a very, very complex aircraft, and there is a lot of depth in system simulation, but still not study level in my definition of what study level means. I think I've covered this many times in many streams. But, you know, I haven't felt the time, guys. I realize this is the very first time that I do a two-leg stream, and I really thoroughly enjoyed the iniBuilds. I truly think that this is their most complex and accurate work thus far. Alright. We need to put more drag, once more drag. And here's the turn through the ADDONS transition. Okay, and we can now go and select land. CAD 2. Looking good. Go. It's too bad that there's just too much fog because the approach is very beautiful from this side into Dubai. So we can, of course, remove the fog, but that would be no fun just for you guys to see. But maybe once we land, I will remove the, I will change the weather to clear skies so that you guys can see the scenery. Irfan Ahmed, hello my friend. Hello, auto brake will work just fine at Dubai. You are actually very right because it is a very long runway, so we'll just go to low. That's fine. It's a very long runway. So yeah, you are correct. Absolutely correct. All right. One thing we need to check here at Dubai. So if we go to the taxi, no, that's not what I wanted. Airport briefing. Stand coordinates, let's take it on that. Alright, that's what I want. Alright, so 3-3 right, and this is where we need concourse. That's the apron. A, B, and C. Alright, so this is where we want to go. Concourse C. Okay, perfect. Alright, so we are now just ahead of the runway. Alright, speed check. And we can see the glide slope needle coming down. And landing gear is coming down. Alrighty. I still don't have a visual on the runway. Alright, flaps full, auto brake low, and the speed brake is armed. Okay, Perfect. 138 is set. And at 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot. I still do not have a visual on the runway. Very foggy day. Normally the approach is just beautiful in Dubai, but the fog has gotten the best of the approach. Alright, I can see the lights now. Barely. Go Autoland. That wouldn't be fun, Abdullah. But in Autoland is no fun. All right, we are at 1,000 feet, so auto throttle disconnected, autopilot disconnected, my aircraft. That was tricky, yeah. Good landing overall. All right. Oof. All right, there we go. It does want to go to the right. I can see that. Right, manual braking. All right. Let's take a quick look here. Alright, so it's about the end of the runway from 3 to left. That's going course B. Okay. We should have taken that exit. That's alright. There are way too many exits at Dubai International. So this is where we exit right there. Yeah, this fog is making the airport look really bad. It's a lot better than this. You'll see a lot of the A380s. All right, what I'm going to do, folks, is the following. I'm going to come here to... No, not that. We're going to come here, and I'm just going to say a few clouds. That looks a lot better. Brake fan is hot. right. We're just going to continue until Concourse C. There's an A380 right there. Thank you very much, Rochelle. I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend. Thank you, Abdullah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Flight dynamics feel, you know, it's a bit strange. It feels as if the aircraft is very light. Doesn't have that heavy feel that you feel when you fly in X-plane. But look at this rendition of Dubai International. That looks really, really nice. Look at that A380. Very nice. Yeah, that's the cargo. You can see here Emirates Sky Cargo right there. So that's the cargo terminal right there. Again, another reason to use Navigraph charts is this. Once you are at a very large airport, it becomes extremely difficult to, you know, to navigate through and understand and know where to go. All right, let's make the turn here. All right, let's start the APU. Not sure what this guy is doing here, but that's actually not a cargo position, but I think we hit the car. I mean, why are you in the way? I mean, please move. That's not a place for you to try to set the parking brake. And we're going to turn off the lights. When we turn off lights, okay. Right, APU is available, APU is on, and let's shut down the engines. Well, what do you guys think? Really enjoyed today's stream and the 2 segments. Hope we can do it again. Well, thank you very much, Stan. I appreciate it. Nonetheless, the A300 does look great. That was a nice multi-leg stage. Thank you very much, Colin. Appreciate it, my friend. Definitely, the iniBuilds A300 is an aircraft that is worth it. It's definitely worth the asking price for the fidelity, for the sounds, for everything that we've seen. I think it's a wonderful... not boarding, sorry. All right, let's go to GSX. Where is it? Restart. And we're going to go back and say, so restarting. All right, there we go. Request viewport.
Requested.
All right, there we go. All right, once it's to open the main cargo. So we're going to come here and go to the doors and open the main cargo door. Okay. All right, we're unloading the cargo now. It looks like it works pretty well with the GSX. I've tried also the passenger variant. Hey, Tough Brick just came in with a $2 super chat. I enjoyed the stream today. Well, thank you very much. I enjoy streaming it for you guys. It was really fun. Any never makes something not worth the money, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you there, Alex. They're just excellent. Really excellent. All right. So we have now taken a very detailed look at the iniBuilds A300 in the two available variants, the passenger and the cargo variant. And now it's time to take a look at Dubai International, which is, by the way, also by iniBuilds. Now I want to begin by taking a look at this side here, which is, all right. So this side is where you can see the terminal. They actually have modeled the Emirates terminal. So the flights where if you book on Emirates, if you've been flying on Emirates, this is the terminal you arrive at. And I'll tell you, they've done a really, really good job with modeling the terminal. So here, all right, here. This actually looks very much like the real terminal, and you'll see that there is the Dubai Hotel. This is the Dubai International Hotel. I've actually stayed at this hotel in one of my flights where it got delayed. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I'm not sure why sometimes it doesn't allow you to go, but there we go. Yeah, so there we go. That's very much Dubai International Airport. You know, and again, guys, I really don't care about interiors and things like that, but this actually is looking very much like Dubai International. If you've ever been to the airport, this is exactly what it looks like. And here's the beautiful control tower as well. You can see the guys there working in the tower, multi-stage tower, I suppose. Yeah. So very, very nice rendition of the airport. And what I also really like is the area here leading to the airport. Now, I did discover there's one issue. Let me just make this a little bit faster. There we go. All right, so I've been through this area many, many, many times. This is the cabin crew residence. This is where they stay, actually, for the Emirates. And this is the actual, now we can see here the billboard or the signage there going across the scenery, but this is actually very, very accurate because I've been on these roads many times. Now this here, this one takes you to first class and business class, and the one below takes you to the economy section. So here is where you get normally dropped off for business class. This is the area here. It's not, you know, very well modeled here, but overall a very nice rendition of the airport. And iniBuilds, I think, have done a good job with modeling the aircraft, the terminal, and all the buildings that are in the terminal. So it really makes flying in and out of Dubai a pleasure. Also, not to forget that there is the skydive airport as well, which is a little bit after Burj Al Arab. So let me increase the speed here and take you there just to show you. You can always take your Coronado Station Air there and fly it. Let's just go. That's Burj Al Arab. The airport is a little bit after that. You'll be able to see the. Let me just go a little further. All right. So that's Burj Al Arab. Just in terms of, yeah, it's starting to stutter because of the distance there. I'm traveling real fast. All right. So here is the airport right there. Here. This is the Skydive Airport. Again, as you can see here, it says Skydive Dubai. There you go. So again, some fun flights or challenges can definitely be exercised here at Dubai Skydive. Very, very nice rendition, really, of the airport, and some very nice landmarks, coupled with the Orbex Dubai landmarks, can make for a very, very convincing scenery of the Dubai area. You can see the fog there. All right. So yeah, I think overall, I am, what a way to close the year. Just really a brilliant, brilliant. A brilliant way to end the year. So thank you to the guys at iniBuilds for the timing this release and for creating such high fidelity aircraft for the community to enjoy, and for not going crazy on the price as well, and that speaks really volumes. And so I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream with me this evening as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. Guys, thank you very much for everything in 2023. I wish you the very best ahead in the year ahead. All the best of fortune, I hope, comes your way, the way of your family and your loved ones. For myself, Kuwait Pilot, Happy New Year and many happy returns. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.